A shout out to this video sponsor, Thrive Market. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. UFC 317 went down this past Saturday. What an amazing card, let me tell you. Beneil Dariush in the win column. You had Alexander Pantoja also got that dub. And of course, we're here to talk about main event. Ilia Topuria knockout over Charles Oliveira and everything leading up to the knockout. Let's get into the video. What up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Thrive Market is an online membership-based grocery store that brings the highest quality products right to your doorstep with savings on every order. Their mission is to make healthy and sustainable living easy and affordable for everyone. Thrive Market is your go-to destination for healthy and sustainable groceries, offering a stress-free grocery shopping experience for their members with savings on every order. Thrive Market is super easy to use and is my go-to source when I'm looking for quality organic food from some of my favorite brands that aren't available in my local grocery store. What's up, you guys? I finally got my Thrive Market delivery order. Let me tell you, dude, Thrive Market has the most delicious and quality products out there. For instance, high quality olive oil, delicious, nutritious. And of course, going through training camp, you gotta have the electrolyte drink mix. One of my favorite, I'm a huge olive guy, so I'll put it on my salad. I literally just eat olives during the day. Oh, chicken broth, delicious. Thrive Market has the highest quality standards in the industry, restricting 1,000+ questionable ingredients from all of the products available on site. Enjoy a worry-free grocery shopping experience that saves time and supports your lifestyle. Just use the Buy It Again feature to quickly find your go-to staples. And of course, helping with the gut. Got my kombucha. Actually, this stuff is really good. This stuff is so good. So click the link in my description box and go to thrivemarket.com/Stephen Wonderboy Thompson to receive 30% off your first order and a free gift when you join Thrive Market today. Let's get into it, baby. Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira. Let me tell you something. I was super excited about this fight. I still am excited about what happened this past weekend. You had Ilia Topuria, one of the best well-rounded UFC fighters out there, versus Charles Oliveira, who's been in the game since 2010. That's like 2 years before I showed up on the scene. So he's been in there. He's a veteran. I think he's got some of the best jiu-jitsu in the UFC. I mean, he submits everybody, and Ilia Topuria KOs everybody. So it was almost like the boxer versus the jiu-jitsu practitioner. Usually at this level, it's like, you know, a flip of a coin. Anything could freaking happen. But I was leaning towards my man Ilia Topuria in the fact that he's literally KO'd or submitted everybody except for maybe 2 people went to decision. So he's just been crushing it, man, crushing it. So we're gonna break down a little bit leading up to the KO and why I think this KO happened. Like, Ilia Topuria's got an insight and an IQ like no other. So I'm super excited to kind of watch the fight again and kind of break it down a little bit so you guys can understand it just a smidge. Now, do I think this is exactly what he was thinking during the fight? Probably not. This is just me looking from the outside, maybe figuring out what led to this KO. Well, looking back at the fight, in the beginning, what struck me looking at both fighters, how calm both fighters were. It was like they were going through a stroll in the park, if you will, and that shows the experience out of both of these guys, especially Topuria, man. I mean, just watching him bend over with his eyebrows, just like, just another day in the office. It was really, really cool and kind of surreal because it brings you back. If you've ever fought before, you know, what is my mindset whenever I'm stepping out there in the octagon? Like, what am I thinking about leading up to it? What is my stress level? You know what I'm saying? So it kind of brings me back there and it kind of takes me back because obviously I'm fighting in like a week and a half in Nashville. Hopefully you guys check it out on July 12th against Gabriel Bonfim. Let's go. I had to shout that out there. But it just puts you back there a little bit. Like, takes me back. Like, what are these guys thinking? What am I thinking right before that bell rings? And it's like, you're thinking stuff, but as soon as the bell rings, it's like you're not thinking anymore. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just all reaction time. But right off the bat, they both meet each other in the middle. Both have left side forward, which we call a closed stance, which makes both guys susceptible to right hands. Because if me and you had our left side forward, we both decided to throw a right hand at each other, depending on how far I move my head, we're both in a straight line shot, kind of like a 50-50 chance to smoke each other with the right hand. Because we're leaning into it. We're leaning into each other's right hand, our power hand. But right off the bat, Oliveira was super smart in the fact that, all right, maybe they planned this, maybe this was the game plan, but I'm gonna eat this guy up with low calf kicks. And against a guy with great boxing, this is like a must. Because you still have to plant, you still gotta close the gap, especially on somebody, a shorter fighter. Oliveira was the taller fighter, Topuria being the shorter fighter. They have to close the gap to get on the inside. So when they shuffle in, they gotta plant on that front foot. So if you're constantly attacking that front foot, number one, it wears that front foot out, you still gotta plant on it. But two, anytime you step forward, it's gonna take away from that backhand because you gotta plant on that front foot. It's like you're getting kicked, your front foot's going the left, but you're trying to throw the right. So you're like counterbalancing yourself. So it was very, very smart right off the bat for Oliveira to attack the leg. Now, immediately after that first calf kick, Topuria was like, all right, I gotta take control of the center of the octagon. So he blitzed in, hit him with a good boxing combination, which backed up Oliveira a little bit. But then as soon as that combination was shot, Oliveira was like, all right, this guy's explosive. I gotta keep this guy, either I gotta keep him away or I gotta get super close. So he started firing front kicks. He threw one front kick, threw another front kick, and then went back to the leg. As soon as that happened, after that second leg kick, very smart, Oliveira was like, bro, screw this. I'm trying to get this guy down on the ground. I'm gonna get on the inside. So he shoots in. It's almost like he went for a double leg, but obviously Topuria is a little shorter. So Oliveira is coming from a long way away. He's gotta go down to his legs. He didn't quite make it to the legs, but he did get to the body and like a double underhook. He ended up fishing him to the cage and started to try to work from there. Ended up having that body lock, which is kind of difficult to get out of, especially with a guy with long arms and a very strong squeeze like in Oliveira. But Topuria was relaxed. He's been here before. He's like, bro, try to take me down. Oliveira went for the takedown, but Topuria ended up on top. Now let's back up just a little bit. Before the takedown attempt happened, there was something that Topuria did, and I don't know if it was to draw out the takedown. Topuria was like, all right, this guy can only beat me one way, and that's to get me down and try to use his jiu-jitsu. But after a few exchanges, Topuria stuck with the jab. He was smoking Oliveira with the jab, and then he started to feint. He started to throw feints out there, and I didn't know if that was to draw out Oliveira's takedown or not, but it looked like it worked because Oliveira shot in immediately to try to get him down. So he smoked him with the jab, and once you get smoked by a jab, like really, really hard, you're thinking like, I don't want to get hit by this again. So you start to react to any kind of little movement that resembles a jab. So it was like Topuria started feinting, and then Oliveira just shot straight in for the takedown. So the fight goes down. Topuria ends up in Oliveira's guard. Very, very dangerous for anybody in the entire world to be inside of Oliveira's guard. The dude's got long legs and he can use it to his advantage. So Topuria immediately ended up passing his guard, ended up inside control. Of course, nobody wants to be on their back and get hit with somebody on top that can hit as strong and as powerful as Ilia Topuria. So he's like, bro, I'm throwing up a leg lock right now. When people throw up a leg lock, two things are gonna happen. Either you get the leg lock, you get the heel hook, or it puts your opponent in panic mode, and the first thing they want to do is try to bail out. So anytime you got somebody in a striking position on top of you, those guys that are really good at and really flexible legs will go for those heel hooks either to try to get it or to try to get your opponent to bail and try to get up. It was a great tactic because it worked. Topuria ended up getting back up to his feet and started, I think he threw like 2 heavy leg kicks while Oliveira was on the ground. Oliveira was just like, he was just chilling. Arms up like this, took some kicks, and then the fight ended up back up to their feet, both still left side forward, closed stance, and immediately Topuria was firing that jab. Now, if you notice, Oliveira, he's very good at coming downhill. What I mean by coming downhill, that's just marching forward. Back foot flat, kind of light on the front foot. When the way he moves, it's like back foot, front foot, back foot, front foot. Now, I don't know if Ilia was purposely timing it, but it was like money. As soon as Oliveira would step with that front foot, Topuria was shuffling in with his jab, kind of meeting him in the middle, which makes that jab so much more powerful. Oliveira's like, screw this, I gotta try to get close again. Topuria would back up a little bit, and Oliveira would come down the hill, right? Little stick figures. Anytime Oliveira would come downhill, you'd have a little slight slide back from Topuria. And then when you least expected it, as Charles would come in, Topuria would meet him in the middle. So as he closed the gap, Oliveira threw a right hand. Go back and watch it. Topuria, I don't know if he was deliberately trying to throw a left hook or if he was actually trying to slap the arm down. But he parried the arm down, which dropped it down kind of like below the shoulders. Boom. And then just right, I mean, he's like loading it up. He went one, loaded up the right hand, and a short two, boom, boom, right down the pipe. So it was a combination of things. Luring him down the rabbit hole. As he's walking down, closing the gap, Oliveira throws the right hand. The parry happens. Short right hand. All this is happening so fast. It's like they had to have like freaking worked this a billion times to not think about this, just to make it a reaction. Like, people don't understand, unless you're an athlete, people don't understand how many reps it takes to really hone in your technique, your skill, and just the muscle memory. So it's like this dude has had to have done his entire life. I mean, he had to do it his entire life. And it doesn't take much, especially when it's right on the button. I've been hit a lot harder from Tyron Woodley, Jake Ellenberger, Kevin Holland, but the ones that put me out were the ones that were just right on the button. Buckley and Anthony Pettis, right on the button. And that's all it takes. You don't have to generate a lot of power to really put somebody to seat if you're accurate. So hats off to both fighters. Oliveira's been in the game for so freaking long, man. I felt bad for the guy, especially when you get when somebody gets knocked out like that, and then the guy continuing to strike on top of it. And I know it's like when Anthony Pettis knocked me out, it was the last two punches that really did a lot of damage. Like, I don't remember like walking out of the cage. It was crazy. But hats off to Ilia Topuria. What an amazing fighter. I can't wait to see his rise still. I mean, right now, the guy's got it all. He's got knockout power, good jiu-jitsu as well, good wrestling. So it was just awesome. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought about this fight. And I just want to say thank you guys for all the love. And I love you. And we'll catch you on the flip side. I'll see you July 12th in Nashville, Tennessee. Let's get it, baby. Co-main event. Booyah! Hit that subscribe button, throw some comments down below, and hit us with some likes. I love you. Peace.